Are you seeing a lot of job opportunities for your field right now? Because we're getting data that shows that the United States labor market is as strong as ever and that Americans have a bevy of choices when it comes to work. Let me just go and rephrase the question. Are you seeing a lot of good jobs, good paying job opportunities in your field right now? That's a better question because that matters. That's why we apply for jobs, for us to be able to afford the cost of living, to have an additional surplus of cash to invest in 401ks, retirements, take our family on vacations, to build passive income streams. Also, more electric grids continue to be attacked in different parts of the country, and it is affecting thousands upon thousands of citizens. How would you feel if you were told that these attacks were targeted? Matter of fact, how safe would you feel? And that it doesn't look like the powers that be have any plans of providing any better protection for our grids. The countdown begins for when all of us will suddenly lose power. Also, the economy is so strong that a single post on social media that notified people of free food had hundreds of people flocking to a grocery store. Now, I wonder how you can call our economy so strong when a huge number of consumers want free food. Now, before I continue, please take a second, smash the like button. It's a great tool for the YouTube algorithm and it gets these facts out to the people faster. Now, if you're in need of your daily dose of the truth when it comes to Social Security, SSI, the state of our economy, the housing market, stock market, the job market, and everything that's going on in Washington, D.C. that affects our lives, our families, and our bank accounts, make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, and make sure your notification bell is turned on. And if you own a home, make sure your largest investment is protected. Get your free home warranty quote. The link is in the description down below of this video. It only takes like 15 seconds. All right, guys, nothing can be as wasteful as throwing away food because you couldn't keep it frozen or at least you forgot to put it in the refrigerator before you went to sleep. That's just wasteful, guys. Don't ever let that happen. This has happened to me a handful of times and man, have I learned my lesson. You never want to wake up to ice cream sitting on the counter all night. Yeah, that was a messy cleanup. Anyway, it's really painful to have bought food at these costs and then just let it go bad. But in Travis County, Texas, an H-E-B grocery store was forced to throw away food due to a recent power outage. Now, I'm really surprised that this grocery store didn't have a backup UPS or power generator, but anyway, grocery store employees were tossing meat and other perishable foods as the outage caused them to start to go bad. But here's a twist on the story. I'm not sure if it was a prank or if they thought that this was genuinely good food, as someone posted on social media that the store was giving out free food. So, well, what happened next? Well, more than 250 people showed up and they even fought for rotting food. Can you guys believe that? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think if the power went out, but everything kind of remained in the refrigerators with the refrigerator doors closed, 12 hours, you're probably still good. I don't know if I would necessarily throw all that food out. But what do you guys think? Now, you have to realize that they're saying that a recession is not expected this year, but you have one post saying free food and hundreds of people flock to it. Even with the fact that these things were in dumpsters, people still try to take them. And this is a time when the labor market continues to be so strong, you gotta question everything you hear. So why are people settling for food that's been left out to rot? I mean, I'm no food expert, but you can definitely tell by the smell of meat that it's gone bad. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's got that weird kind of like brownish purple color. Yet still, we're told of this optimistic narrative that things are okay. The economy is recovering and inflation's trending down. The question is, how much is it affecting us? How much are we saving at Walmart, Target, at your local H-E-B grocery store? Any savings with rent or housing? Are wages now outpacing inflation? Has anyone checked airline tickets lately? Are those prices going down? Was the Social Security increase for 2023 enough? Are the SNAP and EBT benefits enough? And this situation is worsened by the fact that this is again another sign of the weakness of our electric grid. It's 2023, guys. We have all this amazing technology, cars that can drive down the highway with minimal guidance, but power outages are still a thing and they're pushing us to go electric. Mayor Kirk Watson apologized for the power outage after a storm took city officials by surprise. Come on, guys. Storms happen all the time. We should not be caught by surprise. He said that, quote, "The city let its citizens down. Situation is unacceptable to the community and it's unacceptable to me. And I'm sorry." End quote. You know what? If the economy was in such a great place, I don't think the promise of free food would have taken that many people to the stores. Let me put it this way. If you had the ability to buy all the food you want, to buy more than one carton of milk, would you do it? If you had enough money that you could put a month's worth of meat in your freezer, would you buy that much? The problem is that our wages are nowhere near the level that they need to be to keep up with inflation. Why else would our senior citizens who collect on Social Security even apply for SNAP benefits if they're already getting enough? Why go through the extra effort, the hassle? But we're hearing this entire storyline that the labor market is strong. Okay, let's humor them. According to the reports, 517,000 jobs were added at the start of this year. But were you guys aware that we instead lost 2.5 million jobs? Which of the two do you guys think is more plausible? Just with the reports and updates that I've done, I've seen Google, Apple, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Twitter, Walmart, and all these other big companies lay off thousands of their workers. How does it make sense that we're adding jobs instead of cutting people off? Now, at the same time, economists are scratching their heads because we're being provided good numbers while our lifestyle shows the opposite. But still, these adjusted numbers will of course be touted at every press conference and will be used to show just how strong the illusion of our economy is. It's easy for people to share half-truths. I even think that, that's how these people go on TV and all these shows just to feed us this data. But in all honesty, these are whole lies and manipulation of the numbers that we're getting. Just because someone has a nice suit on and talks eloquently doesn't mean that we should trust them with all that we have. Now, in terms of trust, I don't think that those in Italy would trust their internet very much due to large-scale blackouts of their connections. A lot of work goes through the internet, and it's where most of us are on right now. Isn't it odd that we continue to see issues like this pop up every now and then? I mean, we had the one with the FAA. It grounded countless flights and passengers. We've had cyber attacks on social security numbers. I remember banks debiting customers twice in one go. It's hard to say that all of this is just by chance, but let's just say that it is. What are the odds that they continue to happen? It's one of two things if you ask me. It's either these are targeted cyber attacks, crime beyond our understanding, or these people just don't care enough about their own citizens to upgrade the systems that keep our world running. In any case, both scenarios have us, the citizens and consumers, as the losers. These problems are also showing us the importance of a cash reserve, possibly even stashing some gold. Now, it doesn't have to be thousands of dollars, but just enough to get you by, for a month or two. Why? Well, most of us transact online. Just imagine what happens when you lose your internet. The access is completely gone. Now, sure, you can go to the bank, maybe, but think about it in Italy. Their entire country has been affected. How are they pulling up any accounts on their systems? Want to try the ATM? Sorry, those are offline too. We could say that this won't ever happen to us, but in just the last 3 months, there's been attacks in North Carolina, Oregon, Washington State, all of them targeting substations that cut out power to tens of thousands of people. Now, you gotta wonder, why aren't the officials doing more about this? Would it be that expensive to place security within these areas? Or is this all for show? Something to tell us that our electric grid is fragile and that maybe we should transition to something, I don't know, cleaner? But what's cleaner than electricity? Should we all follow in the ways of the Amish? Here's a thought, and I know it's crazy. Instead of investing billions of dollars overseas, why not invest in our own US infrastructure? In manufacturing, in Social Security, SSI, SSDI, SNAP? Why not invest in the American people? But nah, that might be too crazy though, right? The United States of America investing in Americans? That's too far-fetched. I don't think that they have the capacity to do that at this point. But what do you guys think? Is this an idea that they should consider? Now, by this point, we know that we really cannot rely on them for more help. And that's why I always tell you guys that your ultimate lifeline is yourself. That person in the mirror is one of the best people who can get you out of this mess. Where do I start? Well, I definitely start off with budgeting. If you want to talk about budgeting, multiple streams of income through side hustles, small businesses, investments in real estate, or even the stock market, and generally putting your foot back into financial freedom, that is exactly where I would start. In fact, I'd even be diversifying my assets into gold. Hit the link in the description down below for the best way to invest in gold. And I know that the path to financial freedom is not easy, but it's nothing that you and I cannot fix together. Now, before I go, please don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe for your daily doses of truth. There is no sense in being silent when we have the facts. I appreciate you guys watching. Y'all be kind to one another, and I'll see you in the next video.